Alright, I'm going to be the podium person here, so bear with me. Hello, everyone. Hello. A polite crowd. So who am I? One of life's biggest questions. Everyone say, who is this guy? Who is this guy? I'm so glad you asked. Let's start with this. This is me. Right now. Leading a trip with some friends of mine on the 11-Point River. I am married to a beautiful lady named Denise. Much better looking than I am. This is what we do in our downtime. We stand by beaches and take pictures. I run the Outdoor Education Center at Adventure Camp in a place called Camp Sun. I call this my Braveheart picture because at any given time, I can unleash hell anywhere. Right? But I have little to no control over my staff. So, this is me then. This is 4 years ago. Still leading trips. Job's still relatively the same. But I look at this and I go, wow. I'm a completely different person than I was here. So we talked about who am I, but now here's the other question. How did I get here? Deep, right? I know. So like everyone, I knew exactly what I wanted to do when I went to college. It was obvious. I was going to be in television. A year later, it was obvious I was going to be in cinema. A year later, it all became clear. Music was for me. And 1 year later, finally I realized I was broke, poor 3 years into college, and nowhere near graduation. So a friend of mine said, hey, you're an Eagle Scout, right? And I gave him the secret handshake. And he said, yeah, I'm an Eagle Scout. And he said, well, there's this place called Touch Nature Environmental Center, and they're looking for counselors. At the time, I didn't even know what the word facilitator even meant. So I said, okay, I'll check it out. Blew my mind. All of a sudden, I realized, it's safe to assume that probably a lot of people in this room have had this realization, I can do this for a living? And so sure enough, I started working at Touch. I met some amazing people, and then I went here to Southern Illinois University, where I ended up getting my bachelor's, my master's. I got hired full-time at Touch and had a great career there before I moved on to Camp Sun. I had made it. I was there. I was exactly where I needed to be. And then, I met this guy. This is Evan. Everyone say hi, Evan. Hi. He said that because he's standing right in front of me, right there. Now, whether or not Evan knows it, he was going to change my life. If anyone here's had a conversation with Evan, they know that he is probably one of the most genuinely nice people in the entire world. I hate him for that. But you know what? If I told Evan, I hate you for that, he'd say, you know what, Brian? I respect your decision. So in 2010, I followed Evan to my first regional conference. It was amazing. And then again, I went in 2011. You see, when you're a student, there's so many opportunities for you to join different organizations. And I didn't know, okay, am I going to be an A, or am I going to be a WEA person, or am I going to be an AE person? Well, Evan sucked me in. So in 2011, when I thought I had it all figured out, here Evan goes again. And he told me about this idea that he had. The idea was the Student Summit. We realized at the conference that 2/3 of the attendees were students. They were young, they were hungry, and they were passionate, and they were looking for a place to belong. And that's what Evan wanted to create. He wanted to create a summit that was designed purely for students. The workshops were going to be put on by students. A live gear auction. The price was going to be student affordable, but it was going to have the feel of a real conference. All about the student. So, it was going to be 100% experience for everybody involved. For those people that had never been to a conference before, it was going to be their way to kind of tiptoe into the professional world without spending $600, $700, or without being extremely nervous about speaking in front of all of you people. You're very intimidating. But good looking. It was an opportunity for some students to become student liaisons, a chance for them to get involved in their university, but also with a larger organization like AAE. And also it was a chance for students who were ready to take the next step to become workshop presenters. The results were amazing. I'm not going to show the video because I'm just going to keep talking because I'm an experienced educator, is what we do. But I will tell you it's a huge success. We brought together 130 students. We brought together professionals, faculty members. We had some amazing campfire mentoring, is what we like to call a bunch of people hanging around the campfire, maybe having a few frosty beverages. And we brought together 15 universities. And a small group of us made it happen, but there was an unforeseen outcome when this all happened. And that unforeseen outcome was passion. And I know we throw around this word a lot here, but this student had me jacked up on Mountain Dew. I was excited. You know, when you're designing programs, so often you think about the outcomes for your participants. But for me, I know a lot of times I take for granted the outcomes that I receive being an experiential educator. This collaboration right here, a chance to create something that we all believed in, it changed our lives. It changed my life. From the outside, nothing's different. But on the inside, it's a completely different story. Here's a picture from the summit. To show some of the players, that's Pete Mason. He's the old membership coordinator. That's Dr. Mike McGowan. He's the former president of the Wilderness Education Association. That's Jeanette Stowski. She is in charge of AOR right now. That's Maureen Dawson-Hurst, the former Heartland Region chair. And that's me, right in the middle. And we're touching. That's what this conference did for me. That's what this summit did for me. And it was the collaboration with these people, this convening committee members. By the way, we were all students. And it reminded us that, sometimes when we design programs, yeah, the outcomes are there for the people that we, our participants, the people we serve. But sometimes, we're in here for a reason. It's because we love what we do and we love how it makes us feel. And that's okay. And you can ask everyone in this group what they thought about the Student Summit, and they'll all give you the same answer. We changed the world, and we truly do believe that. So here I am now, giving a presentation here at ActivatEE International, mixing it up with the big dogs. Right? Lori Frank stood right here. I hung out with board directors, award-winning recipients were there last night, and I was the one that was well behaved. Alan Ewart knows my name. All right? And it's because of this small group of people. And we truly believe that we can change the world. And that is my journey to ActivatEE. Thank you, everybody.